Hey there, welcome to your local travel agency in Vietnam. Is it your first time wanting to come to Vietnam but you don't know what cities are you going to visit? You have been searching on the internet about what places you should visit when you come to Vietnam but still don't have an accurate information and have an accurate recommendations of which places that you should visit in Vietnam. If that's you, then this video is for you, my friend. In this video, I'm going to cover most visited places of Vietnam and why do I recommend you to visit that place. So let's get started. As you can see, Vietnam is a country with a format S. As you can see in the place, right? A format S, and it is divided into three parts. The first part, which is the northern Vietnam. Normally, I would imagine as a human being. So Vietnam, as you can see, which is divided to the north from the chest of the country to the head of the country. And after that, the central Vietnam is from the chest to the belly button, which is this part of Vietnam. And after the belly button until the toe, which is the south Vietnam. I'm going to focus on each part of the country. The first part is the head of Vietnam, which is the northern Vietnam. What should you visit? So the northern Vietnam is actually have a lot of diverse landscape and places to visit comparing to other parts of Vietnam. In the northern Vietnam, if this is your first time, then I highly recommend. First of all, is the capital, Hanoi, where I am located. So if you come to Hanoi, let me know in the DM and I'll make a suggestion for you what you should visit and what must you eat when you come to Hanoi, and right? So Hanoi is a place you see the chaotic motorcycles and you can see the people just crossing around each other. And so Hanoi is a must for sure. And it is going to be where you land after a long flight from North America or South America or from Europe or from wherever you are. So other than Hanoi, the second place that I want to share with you, which is Ninh Bình. As you can see, Ninh Bình over here to the left side, you already see a really beautiful lake. But in Ninh Bình, it is really famous is because Tam Cốc area, which is considered to be Ha Long Bay on land. And as you can see here, this is the picture that we get, or this is the landscape that we get when you visit Ninh Bình in the summer, which is like from June to October. And it's really beautiful, I have to tell you, because when you are over here to Tam Cốc, you are going to navigate alongside the two rice paddies and surrounded by beautiful limestone rocks. So other than this Tam Cốc, Ninh Bình has a lot more to offer, but I don't have enough time to cover all those facts. You can check out another video that I put down in the link below so you can know exactly what you should visit in Ninh Bình. Vietnam is just a beautiful country where you will see a lot of beautiful landscape with friendly people, right? So, and after that, the second place that I recommend is Sapa. As you can see here, Sapa is a little bit different. Where is Sapa actually? So Sapa is located more into the north of Vietnam, to the northwest of Hanoi to be exact. As you can see here, Hanoi is over here and Sapa is in the little corner over here. We are pretty near to the frontier with Chinese people. So with Sapa, you are going to see a lot of beautiful mountains areas with the rice field and the rice paddies. So the interesting thing you are going to see about Sapa is that you are not going to see these Vietnamese dude. You are going to see a different ethnic minorities people, which is the Hmong people or the Dao people. They have different cultures and they have different way of living as well as different lifestyle. So it is going to be different for you. You can imagine it's like visiting the Aztec people or the Maya people when you come to Mexico or to Peru, right? If I remember correctly, if not, please forgive me. I typically get confused between Aztec. I'm sure it's from Mexico, but I'm not sure if Maya is from Peru. But that's awesome, right? And anyway, that's the second place or the third place. The fourth place for sure that I will highly recommend. You already know it is when you're seeing me scrolling down here. Ha Long Bay, right? Ha Long Bay is a beautiful landscape where you are going to see. It is one one of the seven one nature wonder of the world in since 2020, since 2011. This is a beautiful place and it is where you have to go. However, I would like to give you some recommendations. Since Hạ Long Bay is so famous for its beauty, right now Hạ Long is getting pretty touristic. As you can see here, we are in the middle of Hạ Long Bay. All these areas called Hạ Long Bay. It is divided into three areas. The first one, this one is called Bãi Tử Long Bay. The heart or the center of Hạ Long Bay is called with the exact name Hạ Long Bay itself, which is the most touristic area over here with the most islands. And the last one, which is the Lan Hạ Bay, which is this part of the Hạ Long Bay. So right now, because of the population of the tourists, it's going tremendously crazy. Most of the boats is operated in the heart of the Hạ Long Bay area, which is the most beautiful place. But because of that reason, over here the water is a little bit, like contaminated because of of littering or even for the food that is being thrown out there. So it's not as beautiful as it should be. So the other parts, which is the Bãi Tử Long Bay, where you could visit as well. But the problem is that to access to the Bãi Tử Long Bay, there is not a lot of boats that they operate because it's pretty far away. And as you can see here on the map, they doesn't have a lot of rocks around, and most of the time it will be operated by the fishing boats more, or the people that lives in these islands rather than boats for tourists. So the last place which is left is called the Lan Hạ Bay, which is this area, which is the part that I recommend you the most. Why? Because it is just being exploited only 3 to 4 years as far as I remember, or even more, but it's not that common and it's just really new. And so, but to visit Lan Hạ Bay, you are not going to go to Tuần Châu Island, but you are going to Cat Hai Island, where you are going to meet with a wharf over here, which is called Phà Gót Wharf. So this wharf will have the boats will be waiting for you over here in this area, and they will take you alongside this huge island, which is also a national parks, and so that you can visit this most beautiful area of the bay, which is not populated of tourists, and the water is really clean, and you will have a private parts, private areas for yourself, which is just like I'm just visualizing about that pattern. It's beautiful. All right. So that's for the north of Vietnam. Of course, there are more places to visit. For example, Pù Luông area. This is the Pù Luông National Park, or Mai Châu City, which you can see a pretty, a similar landscape to Sapa. This is far away from Mai Châu. This exactly is Mai Châu, all right? This is the valley of Mai Châu. And Mai Châu is also beautiful because of its rice fields, but I would recommend Sapa more than that, but it depends, of course. I will have a one-on-one consultation for you if you really want to know more about it. So I can, based on your interest, to really help you to know what best places for you to visit. And after that, this is the Bản Dốc waterfall, which is located in Cao Bằng, near to Cao Bằng. Yeah, that's the place. And this is the waterfall that divide between Vietnam and China. It's really beautiful. I've been there myself, but for you to access that, I would highly recommend a long day trip. And then another place for you to visit is called Ba Bể Lake, which is over here. Ba Bể Lake. This is a lake in the middle of the mountain, which is beautiful. Now, this is the Bản Dốc, because typically people go to Ba Bể Lake, they will go to Bản Dốc waterfall as well. So this is the lake, as you can see. This is the most realistic landscape of the Ba Bể Lake. Over here is another one, you can see that, right? The lake is beautiful, the lake is amazing, as you can see. There's a really interesting legend about this mountain over here, and I'm going to share with you if you come to Vietnam and contact me, and I'll share with you that story. It's just a really beautiful story. And yeah, that's pretty much for the northern of Vietnam. And if you have any questions specifically after all my recommendation and you still don't know what you should visit, then contact with me in the comments or like my Facebook page, which is Local Local. I'm going to share with you my journey as my private travel agency over here, and for sure that you can, like and comment in my Facebook page so that we can have more interaction and I can help you more with that. Or you can like my Instagram as well, and sometime I will post something on my Instagram to inform you about the Vietnamese people's life. And of course, that's how I help you to help experience the most beautiful thing about Vietnam, right? And for sure, I'll be buying my domain, which is local Vietnam, locallocanvn.com. So that's going to be my domain, but at the moment I haven't bought it yet. But you can, support me by liking all of these like social medias, and more than that, if you trust me and you want to experience Vietnam with me, I will and I will customize a private tour for you, for your friends, and for your family when you go to Vietnam, especially. I will be your private guide in Vietnam. Wherever you go, I go there and I help you. All right. So this is the first video about the northern Vietnam. What the part number one. I'll see you in the part number two where I talk about the central places, and the part three where I share with you about the south place of Vietnam. And I'll see you in the next one.